On today's episode, I am very excited to break down skincare hacks for anyone in their 30s. Skincare can be very confusing. Treatment options for your skin can be super confusing, and I am here to help you guys make sense of all of your options. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Perfect Dose Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Kristen Herzog, board certified nurse practitioner and injection specialist. On today's episode, I am very excited to break down skincare hacks for anyone in their 30s. Skincare can be very confusing. Treatment options for your skin can be super confusing, and I am here to help you guys make sense of all of your options. Skincare hack number one. We need to make our skincare routine simple. So many people are using like 10 products. You're slathering them all over your face. You're mixing them together. You're putting them all on at once. You don't even understand what steps in your routine actually matter. So I am going to make it simple for you. There are 4 steps that every woman in her 30s needs in their skincare routine. So number 1 is vitamin C. Vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant. It not only protects your skin from UV damage, it also helps prevent hyperpigmentation and it corrects the skin tone on your face. So it helps with brown spots, with redness. It helps stimulate collagen. It has so many benefits. Now, the vitamin C that I am going to recommend is Perfect Dose RX Vitamin C. It is what I use every single day on my skin. Now, the reason why I recommend this vitamin C serum is because it has 20% vitamin C, which means that it is highly active. Ideally, you want to be using a vitamin C that has anywhere from 10 to 20% of vitamin C in order to ensure that you are getting enough of the active ingredient to actually cause change in your skin. So if you're using a vitamin C serum that is anything less than 10% or more than 20%, you don't need to be doing that. You need somewhere between 10 and 20%. Now, there are different types of vitamin Cs, and another reason why I love Perfect Dose RX Vitamin C and why I formulated it like this is because Perfect Dose RX Vitamin C is THD based. Now, the most popular types of vitamin C are L-ascorbic acid and THD. And L-ascorbic acid is the most common form of vitamin C, so it's probably what's in most of your skincare products. However, if you're somebody listening and your skin has broken out because of vitamin C, your skin is very sensitive when using vitamin C, you need to switch to a THD-based vitamin C. THD vitamin C is the most stable form of vitamin C, and it's actually going to penetrate into those deeper layers of your skin than traditional L-ascorbic acid vitamin C. If your skin is more sensitive, more dry, you need to switch to a THD-based vitamin C over an L-ascorbic acid-based vitamin C. Now, the next superstar ingredient that you need in your 30s is going to be a retinoid. And retinoids are absolutely amazing. They have different strengths, anywhere from retinol, which is the lowest form of retinoid that can be purchased at a drugstore over the counter, all the way up to a prescription strength retinoid called tretinoin. Now, any one of those is a really great start. So if you're new to retinoids, start with going to your aesthetic provider, your dermatologist, and getting a good medical grade form of retinoid, but it doesn't have to be tretinoin. Now, if you don't have access to going to a dermatologist or an aesthetic provider, then you can go to your drugstore and start with a retinoid that is over the counter called retinol and just see how your skin adapts. Now, the biggest difference between the two is going to be their strength. So if you get a low dose retinoid, then it's going to take longer to see those results versus that high strong form of retinoid. You're going to see results faster, but this is super, super important. Everybody needs a retinoid. What retinoids do is they help promote cell turnover. So think fresh, new baby skin. And in your 30s, this is an absolute must. Now, the third ingredient in your skincare routine that you need for our hack of making sure that your skincare is actually causing an impact without 10 steps is going to be a growth factor. And growth factors are fabulous. I highly recommend that anyone in their 30s gets a growth factor. What growth factors do is they actually stimulate 50% collagen. So this is going to help your skin feel firmer. It's going to help your skin be more bouncy, tight. elastic. So think everything, every quality that young skin has, we want to keep, which is our firmness, our bounciness, our tightness, our elasticity. And adding in a growth factor into your skincare routine can help do this. It also is really great for wrinkles. So if you're starting to notice that you have static lines, you have changes in your skin, dullness, wrinkles, any of those characteristics, then a growth factor is going to be hugely impactful in your routine. Now, the last ingredient that you need, and technically this is an ingredient, it is a product, but you need SPF. If you are not wearing sunscreen, you are wasting your money. Sunscreen is so important because the sun is one of the number one causes of aging in our skin. And we're exposed to the sun a lot more often than we think. A lot of people listening may think, well, as long as I wear a hat and my sunscreen when I go outside, I'm fine. But think about this. Anytime that we are driving in our car, you're being exposed to UV damage. If you are on a plane, so let's say you travel a lot for work, you travel a lot for fun, you are exposed to UV damage from the windows on the plane. There are so many instances that we are exposed to UV on a regular basis that we don't even know. So making sure that you're wearing your sunscreen every single day is going to be key in order to prevent aging in your skin, and especially in your 30s. Now, I'm going to recommend that everyone here, if you're like, well, I can't go and get a retinoid, a growth factor, a vitamin C, and an SPF, how can I hone it in? Like, what are the main things that I need? So those 4 are my recommendations, but let's say you can only do 2, then you need vitamin C and you need SPF. If you can only do one thing out of the 4 that I listed, you need to at least be using a sunscreen. Now, my sunscreen recommendations are going to change your life. I am all about working smarter, not harder, right? So instead of just going to the store and purchasing any sunscreen that you find and then worrying about remembering to put on your sunscreen prior to putting on your makeup, what we need to do is biohack our SPF by using sunscreen makeup. Color Science is my favorite for this. You guys, this is absolutely amazing. They have different types to match your skin tone. So they have fair, medium, dark. And what you do is you put 2, I'm actually going to show you guys. It's going to be fun. You actually are going to get your index finger and your middle finger. You're going to pull them out, and then you are going to place the sunscreen a thin line all the way from the base of your finger to the tip of your finger. If you guys are listening, imagine what this is looking like. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see this is what the 2-finger sunscreen looks like. And then you're gonna rub it in and watch you guys how the color changes. You can see here that now it's no longer white. It looks like I'm wearing sunscreen makeup. So this is an amazing hack because if you are someone that likes minimal skincare steps, you need to be using a sunscreen that is going to act like your makeup. Now, don't let sunscreen in your makeup fool you, because the sunscreen amount in your makeup is actually not enough to protect your skin. You would need so much foundation in order to get the prevention that is listed on that bottle on your face. So what you need to do instead is switch to a sunscreen, an actual sunscreen that is makeup, which is Color Science. I will also list in the show notes a couple other options for you guys, but this one is my absolute favorite. They even have balms that act like bronzer and blush. So literally on a regular day, because I don't like wearing makeup, I'm a mascara, tinted sunscreen kind of gal, this actually makes me look like I'm wearing my makeup. The number 2 hack that you need in your 30s is we need to now level up our skincare treatments. We need to go from just getting traditional microneedling to now getting RF microneedling. And I'm going to explain the differences and why. So traditional microneedling is going to work by causing micro injuries in the skin. Traditional microneedling is typically a skin pen. That is the one that we use in our practice. And it's absolutely amazing. It helps with collagen stimulation. It helps with fine lines. It helps with wrinkles. You can get a vampire facial using traditional microneedling. But the way that you're getting collagen stimulation is by physically causing injuries in the skin. Teeny little micro injuries. So then your skin is forced to heal and repair, therefore collagen stimulation. Now, RF microneedling takes it to the next level. So we are now biohacking our microneedling treatment with RF microneedling. And what it's doing is it's actually creating like a sandwich of collagen, and it's allowing collagen stimulation to happen at a much deeper level, because not only are we causing little micro injuries in the skin, but we are now driving heat, radio frequency, down at deeper levels, which is going to cause a collagen sandwich. So even more collagen stimulation. And why this is important, particularly in our 30s, is because at 25, we stop producing collagen. And we actually start losing 1% every single year. So if you just turned 30, you've lost 5% of your collagen, and you are going to continue to be on this downwards trend. So the more we can do with our treatments, the better. So you need to upgrade from microneedling to RF microneedling. Now, RF microneedling, depending on your skin goals and your skin concerns, can be done in either a series, or we can do this for regular maintenance. So let's say you have a skin concern like acne scars, skin tightening, then you're going to need to do a series of 3 in order to get optimal results, and then maintenance treatments once every 6 months. Now, if you are someone like me that's like, okay, I need my RF microneedling for prevention, I'm trying to do everything I can to stay young and biohack my skincare, then you're going to need to do these treatments twice a year. You're not going to need to do a treatment, but you will need to do an aggressive treatment like this twice a year, ideally, but once a year at a minimum. And that's because we are losing collagen every single year. Now, skincare hack number 3 is to add in a skin booster. So not only are we going to RF microneedle instead of regular microneedling in our 30s. But now we're going to consider skin boosters. And skin boosters are exactly what they sound. They are going to boost the skin. So they're going to make our skin look more plump, look more hydrated. They're going to help our skin feel smoother. They're going to help stimulate collagen, help with our pores, fine lines, wrinkles. They're going to help us achieve glowing skin. Now, there's multiple skin boosters on the market, and I actually did a podcast episode on this. So the one that is FDA approved in the United States for injectable is called Skin Vive. And Skin Vive is literally like a drink of water for your face. So if you are like, okay, I need something quick in office, I don't have a lot of time to be doing lots of treatments throughout the year, you can add Skin Vive on to your Botox appointment, or you can add Skin Vive to any aesthetic appointment, or get it by itself. And you will only need to do this treatment 2 times a year. Results are going to last up to 6 months. Now, the other skin boosters that are available on the market are not approved for injectable use at this time. However, they can be added on to your in-office treatments like microneedling, like RF microneedling. Now, you know I'm going to be a proponent of RF microneedling. However, if RF microneedling is not in your budget, then add on exosomes or polynucleotides, which are topical skin boosters, onto your treatment. And that's going to help stimulate more collagen. It's going to help regenerate your tissue. It's going to help your skin look brighter, less dull. It's going to help you achieve glowing skin. The 4th hack I am really excited to talk about for anybody in your 30s. And this is actually an in-office treatment, but it has a crazy impact on your skin, you guys. It's Sculptra. Sculptra is a biostimulator, and what that means is it's going to force your body to stimulate its own natural collagen. And we talked about how collagen is on the decline in our 30s. We need to be doing everything to stimulate collagen to help our bodies stay young. Now, a lot of you may be wondering how Sculptra works. So Sculptra is a little powder. It comes in a vial, and that powder is PLLA, which is poly-L-lactic acid. Think of this as fertilizer for your skin. So what we do is we add water to that vial, and then it is injected in various areas on the face in order to stimulate your body's own natural collagen. Now, that water is used to inject the Sculptra. Once the Sculptra is in your skin, then those little seedlings of PLLA are going to grow and sprout like trees. So I'm a visual person, so I like to picture things when I talk about them. So think about planting a seed and then it growing. And that's what's happening in your skin is you're planting these collagen seedlings with Sculptra. So not only is your skin going to actually look better, it is going to have less lines. You're going to notice more elasticity, more bounce to your skin. You're going to notice that you have what's called a Sculptra glow, because collagen not only makes our skin quality look better and feel better, but it actually helps our skin look more glowy, which is really great. So this is a treatment that's super easy and anybody can get it. I recommend starting in your 30s with Sculptra, especially if you're new to the aesthetic world and you're like, okay, I've never had Botox before. I've never had any sort of injectable. I don't want filler maybe. Maybe you're nervous about filler. You're not quite ready for that. Sculptra is not a filler. It is a collagen stimulator. So it is the most natural thing that you can do other than microneedling, RF microneedling, to stimulate collagen in your skin. And you will notice, you guys, it is like the 401k for your face, meaning It's an investment. We are producing more collagen, so we are correcting, and we're also preventing because as we age and lose that collagen, Sculptra is there to put it all back. So this is something that can be added into your beauty routine one time a year. Okay, so the last skincare hack that I'm going to talk about on today's episode is Botox. And some of you guys might be listening thinking, why Botox? Well, I'm here to tell you this is what almost every single celebrity is doing and why on Instagram you see that their skin looks flawless. I promise you it is not olive oil. So how Botox works is it is injected into the muscle and it's actually going to relax your muscle. So think of it as putting your muscle to sleep temporarily. And then as the product wears off, your muscle is going to wake back up. So we are not paralyzing the muscle. We are simply relaxing the muscle temporarily. And what this does is it helps prevent dynamic movement. So dynamic movement is something that happens when we raise our brows, when we frown. So lines that appear on your face with movement are called dynamic lines. And by adding Botox to these lines, you can absolutely improve their appearance. Now, why I think this is an amazing skincare hack for everybody in your 30s is because in our 30s, we not only have dynamic lines, but some of you may notice that when you look in the mirror, those lines don't necessarily go away. They stay. They form creases in our makeup. And you're like, what the heck? Why did I suddenly get these lines? So those lines are called static lines. And static lines happen because we are raising our eyebrows, frowning. We're making dynamic movement so much that these lines start to stay. Now, it's important that we get Botox once we see these lines because we can prevent new ones from coming. And what will happen is if you get Botox at the start of these static lines, you will notice a 100% improvement. If you wait and your static lines get deeper and deeper, you may not get a 100% improvement. You may get a 50% improvement. So the longer you wait to get Botox and add it into your skincare routine, the less likely Botox is to give you a 100% improvement on your wrinkles. Now, a lot of you listening may be nervous about Botox if you've never gotten it before because you're like, okay, well, what if I stop getting Botox? Will my lines get worse? And I'm here to tell you they absolutely will not. Botox is a medication. It works and then it wears off. And it's actually preventative because the less we're moving our face, the less lines we will have. I started getting Botox in my 20s and I am now 32. And I can tell you guys, based on this before and after that I'm going to share, you will see that I look like I'm aging in reverse. I look 10 years younger. My lines are not worse. And I didn't get Botox for 2 years because I was pregnant and breastfeeding with my son Jackson. So I am here to tell you Botox will not make you look worse if you stop getting it. It will actually help you look better. Now, the next thing that people are worried about when thinking about Botox is that you're putting a toxin in your body. And yes, you are putting a toxin in your body. However, it is a controlled and studied amount. It is a very small amount of toxin that has been studied for years and years and years and proven to be safe and effective. How do I know if I'm ready for Botox? So the way that you know you're ready is if you start seeing those static lines. That is my easy rule. If you notice lines at rest that don't go away, it is time to get Botox. Just to recap, my skincare hacks for every woman in their 30s are number 1, making sure that you choose key ingredients in your skincare products. The 4 that I recommend are vitamin C, a retinoid, a growth factor, and an SPF. Now, the most important out of all of those is SPF. The second most important is vitamin C. The third most important is your retinoid. And the fourth most important is going to be that growth factor serum. Number 2 is let's start upgrading our treatments. Instead of microneedling, consider RF microneedling. Number 3, adding on exosomes and skin boosters into your treatment plans, whether that is exosomes, polynucleotides, or considering a treatment with Skin Vive. It is so important, you guys, that we address skin quality. Our skin quality has a significant impact on how our skin looks and feels. The next skincare hack that I recommend is Sculptra. It's important that in our 30s, we start doing something to prevent the collagen loss that is happening. Sculptra is a biostimulator, so it's going to stimulate your body's own natural collagen. And last but not least, consider getting Botox when you start seeing static lines. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. I'm your host, Dr. Kristen Herzog. I will see you guys next week. You can find me on Instagram at The Perfect Dose.